Yeah, we doing everybody, and welcome back to the Catalyst, where we break down all things bullish in the crypto markets. Obviously, today was one of those days that was pretty nuclear for Bitcoin. Um, Obviously, everything happening with the war right now, or with Russia-Ukraine, is causing a lot of volatility in the markets. The Russian market has completely collapsed, moving them from Swift, everything like that is just basically a huge campaign for why crypto is such an important asset. Because in the future, future governments, if there's wars or whatever might happen, if there's crypto involved in the economy, crypto can't be seized, it can't be diluted, it can't be controlled as much by a single entity as much as a government could control their own dollar, their own value there with their own fiat currency. So a lot of people are seeing that and diving into crypto, which is obviously great if you're a crypto holder. Obviously, the circumstances are not ideal, but unfortunately, that's kind of how the world is. So we're taking a look at Matic here. Matic's one of my favorite projects, throughout any sort of bear market or just going forward. It's probably my favorite layer 2. And we've been on it for quite a while. I purchased it somewhere back there. But the last time I talked about it, it's been about a week or so. We were talking about this big green candle here again, and how I was saying, all right, we need to either break this level here, this fib level, or that's a possible rejection. If we get rejected, we could find some support along one of the EMAs or on one of the fib levels. Obviously, the EMAs got kind of obliterated. They actually acted as resistance. You see this one here. Both the 200 and 100 rejected. And we came back down here, which would have been a great buying opportunity. It's actually double bottom now, which is really good for us because we see some positive movement here on the RSI. What I would expect now is a potential slight recovery back, or a slight pullback rather, potentially off of the EMA. Obviously, in an ideal world, we'll flip it and find it bullish. But what if we were to do that? What we might see is some sort of bullish momentum and then a decent pullback. Partially because of our RSI here, what we'd like to do is flip this trend line back into some support. You saw what we were able to do back here, right? When it was support, we were able to kind of climb this ladder here. Now and then in the last few weeks or months, that has since become some resistance at times, but we're not really finding any support along that trend line. So it's possible that trend line could be present again, or a new one could be forming, but we are seeing higher lows, and on like a short-term sense, maybe some higher highs. It's not super easy to depict on this chart here. But we do have a double bottom, which is typically a strong sign for a reversal. And I think as soon as we kind of flip this, we could find some support. So let's look to first break this fib level. It looks like we are going to break out of the 20 moving average and start to get above that, hopefully. But what we want to do is flip it into some support. So I think now is actually a decent time to go in a little bit. We did see a pretty big day today, going up as much as 13%. But in relative sense, when Bitcoin went up, I think 13% as well today, maybe more even, that's actually not a great day for Matic. We've seen days where Matic will shoot up 20% or 30%, or consecutive days of 10 and 15% gains, like back here, right? Like we went 2 weeks and we went from $1.20 to $2.20. So it's like 80% gains in 14 days. I don't necessarily think that would happen. What I do see happening is a big run up, potentially up back towards the $2 mark, and then we'll have a solid pullback once more before we keep the ball rolling here with Matic, hopefully. But yeah, also all of this is super dependent on what happens in Russia and the Ukraine. At the moment, it seems as though the longer this goes on, it might be beneficial for crypto. It might be bad for the overall economy, but in the long run, it might be beneficial for crypto. So for me, I'm just dollar cost averaging and continuing to just buy into the projects that I have some real conviction in. And I'm assuming or hoping this is going to pay off potentially in the short term. It could be 6 months from now. We're talking about, $10 Matic. Who knows? But yeah, I think that's the move here, is just continue to DCA, buy into your high conviction plays. We've gone horizontal here for some time. We are due for a little bit of a move one way or another. And you've seen how strong, we can be, right? Look at these gains here just over the course of a few months, going from 30 cents to $3. I don't think that was the last move we have like that. I think that something like that is potentially in our future. That could be what skyrockets us up to the $10 markers or beyond. Who knows? So that is Matic for you guys, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.